up? It's Timey Lives. Not really, but spitting some hot mermaid fire. Yeah. Wild ones unite. Welcome to the pool. Yeah, the name is Timey Lives. I got my wild ones united with the Spoonies, keeping real. I don't let the fibro or the cancer ever keep me down. If you're going through the same thing, I'm here to help you out. I just want to let you know that you are not alone. If you ever need a friend, I will make you feel at home. Got a vision that I see, and it's really what we need. I'm spreading positivity inside of the community. Yeah, tension our creators, we got something good to build. If you want to spread the word, you just gotta have the will. Get involved, get in touch, baby, spread the word. Gonna need all of the help so we can make this place a better world. Wild ones unite, yeah, baby, hear the roar. Listen to the good vibrations coming knocking at your door. Timey Lives is timeless, it's a mermaid thing. Have a great day and make it MerMazing.
Oh, a change is gonna come. It's gonna come my way. Welcome, 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 welcome to Timey Lives MerMazing Chats. Today we will be seeing none other than Gemma's journey, Grace. Welcome everybody to the pool. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Timey Lives. I'm excited for this. I am super, sorry, I'm fixing my computer because of course down to the wire. What else is new with me? Down to the wire. But I've got it all set up and we're up and we're running and I can't believe it. You know what I did forget though? I forgot to take my medication, which I also forgot to bring out here. I'm on a roll. Okay, give me 2 seconds, please. Two seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry. Ouch. If you want, do it now. If you're coming, you gotta come now. Sorry, Bonnie, I can't. Come on, come. Bonnie's like, Mom, meow, Mom, meow. Cookies now, please, please, cookies. No cookies right now. Sorry, honey. All right. Hi guys, I'm here. You're here. We are here, but we are here not for me today, are we? We are here because we want to hear a MerMazing story, and it's not Timey's story today. No. We are here to hear the MerMazing tale of Gemma's journey, Grace, and I cannot wait for her to tell it. Give me just a moment to take my pills, and then I will say hello to everybody in the chat, and then we will, of course, be bringing our lovely guest of honor up. Because, yeah, I even forgot to take my medication from 11 o'clock. I'm on a roll today. How is the sound? Let's pull up my... let me get over to where... How about I get to where I can see my chat? How's that sound, you guys? That sounds good to me. Let's see who's... Let's go check out the chat. Because it's time to check out the chat. And welcome, everybody, individually. Thank you, my dear Erica. Thank you for being here, sweetie pie. There's something wrong. I said, Erica, what's wrong with you? Are you feeling okay? Something doesn't look right to me. Erica, are you feeling all right, honey? Hello, Mr. Hacker Mod. Welcome to the pool. Hello, Tina's Gaming and Singing Channel. Welcome to the pool. Hello, Justin Mello. Welcome to the pool. Of course. Hello, Gemma. But I'll see you in just a second. Erica, my dear, are you all right? Are you feeling okay? Like, seriously, I'm just checking in with you. Making sure you're all right. You okay? Because it seems like something looked off to me. Hello, Uncle Sam. How are you, my dear? Welcome to the pool. You were looking funny. Now you look better. You were a little pale. You don't look so pale anymore. I think you needed a little color. And you know, I forgot to do one other thing, and I'm so sorry. I just need 2 seconds to do this. It won't take me long. I promise. And then we will be bringing Gemma, my darling Gemma up. I am so happy that she's here. I can't even tell you guys how happy that she's here. I can't. Because the words, they're not going to be found, especially with my mouth not working right. Okay. 1 second. I would speak while typing, but it just doesn't work that way for me, and I'm sorry. I try really hard, but the words don't work if they're in my head. I'm typing, but they're not getting out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, done, and done. There we go. Now, let's see. What's missing? Oh yeah, my beautiful, lovely guest is missing. She's not here yet. I didn't give her the link yet, did I? Of course not. Why would I? Hello. Now you get it? See, you got a little color to you now, my dear. Of course I can see you always. You are just always so beautiful, Erica. You shine a light in the darkness across the universe, and I hope you're aware of that. Okay, let me get this link over to her. This is the most uncomfortable position, but I need the camera up here right now. Okay. Definitely need the camera up there, because when it's down here, it's up in my face, and you're looking at my nose, and who wants to look at my nose? I know I don't. Looking at people's noses, is not exactly the best thing to do. It's not the most comfortable thing. I just realized that my tree is blocking part of my chat box. That's not good. We don't want the tree blocking the chat box, right? We're gonna have to move that tree. Give me 1 moment, I'll move the tree. I forgot where page I have to go to get it to work right. I'm not looking at it right. Okay, I know I popped it out. Duh, cause it's popped out. It's popping. We're popping today, baby. We're popping today. Okay, now let me get this on over to my lovely Gemma girl. My beautiful, beautiful girl. Why is that doing that? That's weird. Let me just check something real fast. Yeah, it's because it's got the wrong camera attached. There we go. That's better. That will work much better. Now let's make sure we get this camera not blocking that camera so Gemma can actually see me. We don't want to be rude to her and make her look at like a little black box. Because if I don't do it right, she'll be looking at a little black box. It'll be my other camera blocking her, but hey, we don't want to do that to her. All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Peace. There we go. All right, get in there. Now, today you're talking about you, right? We want to hear Gemma's story. That's the story we're looking for today. We're going to hear who Gemma is and how she got from point A to point B Give me one moment, Gemma, and I will bring you up there. I just remembered something and I forgot what it was. I had a thought, and the thought ran away from me, Gems. I don't know how it ran away. I'm like so confused now. Okay, well, it's all good because guess what? Oh, I have to move the tree. Duh, that's what it was. The tree. Move the coconut tree so it's not right up in Gemma's face when she arrives. 'Cause that's a little rude of me to have the tree in her face. Give me a coconut tree. You can go over here. You can stand by the microphone. There we go. We got it. We've got it right there. Now we're going to head on down. And guess what? Without any further ado, please allow me to introduce you to the one, the only, Gemma's Journey Grace.
Hey, Timey.
There she is. Yay, my beautiful girl. Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am hanging in there, sweetie pie. I am hanging in there. I got to make you bigger. Something happened with you here. You got tiny on me. I got to fix that. I should never. I teach everybody not to do it this way, and then here I am doing it this way. So you're going big and small and big and small. Oh, lost my mind, you know. All right.
I'm all of us at some point.
You're jumping around, girl. Jump, jump, jump. There we go. I've got you in a good spot now. Yay! The tree's out your way. So, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, welcome, welcome, welcome to Timey's pool party. Did I say Timey's game room before? I think I did. I think I let it slip.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. Wrong room. Yeah. This is Timey's pool party, where we have MerMazing chats with inspirational people and with musical people. And today we are here chatting with none other than the lovely, the gorgeous Gemma, my dear friend, who an inspiration. Okay, so Gemma, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling good?
Yes, I've been excited like all day. Like
Good.
I've been like tidying up my apartment, and I'm like, Timey's interviewing me late. I'm like, oh my god, like I need to get ready and focused, and so I've been like cleaning and
Focused? What do you mean? There's a baby elephant over there. How are we gonna be focused?
get myself prepared because
No, Tucker. See, there's a dog barking really loudly. How are we gonna focus? Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the pool, honey.
hey Thomas.
Guys, lay down, Roxy. I will tell you this. If need be, if the dog needs me, I will, leave you for a second to take care of her. Not the one that's being really loud, but the other one.
Hey, you're fine.
Just because she's not well. So if she needs me, I'm like right on it when she does need me, because I'm not gonna make her wait. You know what I mean? Priorities, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? I'm also fixing my camera so you can see me. Look at that. You can see me. Is that better?
I can see you. You look very, very pretty today, Timey.
Thank you, dear. I did a rush job, actually. Oh yeah, this was all done in a half an hour, honey. Which is a miracle. Nothing's ever done in a half an hour for me. Hey, Irvin, welcome to the pool, honey.
Hey, Evan.
Okay, dogs are calmer, which is good. Yeah, I finally figured out how to make my camera like not focus on the pool and put me in the dark. It took me a long time.
Yeah,
Hey, Needy. I have to pull up my chat because, I can't see it. And Needy has arrived. Hello, Needy. Welcome. He's going to try and focus, but his squirrel brain doesn't like it. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Captain Needy.
Captain Needy rocks. He's
Hell
the
yeah.
bomb diggity, right?
Yeah.
So, Gemma,
Yes,
we are going to talk today about you and your life and
Yeah.
how you got from a little girl to who you are today. Where would you like to start? I'm going to leave it up to you. It's most comfortable sharing for you.
I guess from being a little girl, from what I can vaguely remember of it, it's from what my mum's kind of given me the background of, is that I kind of had struggles for most of my life growing up. I didn't hit certain milestones, as it were, so I was late with achieving my milestones, such as learning to balance and all that kind of thing. And my mum was just like, at first, oh, she's Gemma and she's a bit delayed, but maybe she'll be fine. So no one really noticed it, and it wasn't till she started saying to my dad apparently that I wasn't hitting certain milestones in regards to my speech that it became an issue. And just like, okay, there's something clearly not right with Gemma. And they started to take me to the hospital for assessments from what I was told. And then they referred me for speech and language therapy classes. And I did that up until I was 11. And I used to, like, for example, I can tell you, I used to say, instead of saying spaghetti like I can say now, I used to call it tiggetti because I couldn't pronounce my S's. So every time my mum would dish up spaghetti, I'm like, oh, we've got tiggetti for dinner. And my mum's like, no, spaghetti. And I used to be like, tiggetti. And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, don't really get why I'm saying it. But
spaghetti is not an easy word, though. I have to tell you. Spaghetti is not.
I still struggle with it now. Like, if I'm having spaghetti for dinner, someone's like, oh, what did you have for dinner yesterday? I'm like, spaghetti, and I kind of struggle with saying it. People are like, Jem, you're an adult. I'm like, yeah, but
that doesn't matter. I
also
struggle with saying my words sometimes.
Yeah, I think for me it was an issue of communication, and then my mum kind of noticed issues with I wasn't doing like my fine motor skills, so things like throwing and catching became an issue because I was very clumsy. Still am to this day, very, very clumsy. I bang myself all the time. And my mum was like, okay, there's something deeply more wrong here. There isn't just an issue of Gemma not doing the milestones, there's something else going on that we can't see. And at first they put it down to my eyesight, which I do have a squint in this eye and I have a lazy eye in this eye.
Okay.
So my vision is impaired somewhat, but I get used to that and it's not really an issue. But I had glasses from the age of 7 until I was 6 until I was 9, and then I got rid of them again till I left high school, and then had them again in college until about 4 years ago. But I've always had issues with communication, so for me it's a case of I always sometimes come across inappropriate, or like people have confronted me about things, and at the time I've not really felt a big deal about it, and people are like, oh Gemma, do you know what you said yesterday was really bad? Or what do you mean? Like, you can't say that kind of thing. I'm like, why not? And it's not until they actually sit me down and they actually plan out what I've said, and I'm like, oh no, like I've completely humiliated myself, and I've made really offensive comments to people, when it wasn't till a few years ago I learned to kind of get to grips with it. I'm like, I'm not processing the conversation properly. I'm not processing what's being said in a way it should be getting processed. I'm taking it into my version of what I think was said, and then I retaliate to it. And then people are like, no, Gemma, that's not what we said. And I'm like, but to me you did. So it's an error of me processing to be able to deal with that conversation. It's kind of like a sensory overload, I guess. It's kind of, I take what's being said and then I try and process it, and then I give people my reply to it. And then people are like, no, Gemma, that wasn't said. I'm like, yes it was. And they're like, no. And I'm like, uh-oh.
So when it sounds to me like Okay, when I'm sorry, I'm eating. By the way, sorry about that.
You're fine.
I'm like I'm eating some candy while I'm sitting here. Um, it sounds to me like when I try and read a book, okay, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Now I used to be able to read fine, but when I got sick, things changed. And now when I read a book, I'll read an entire chapter, but when I try and think about what it is that I said, like what I read, I have no idea what I read. I don't comprehend what I've just read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it sounds something like that within a conversational what's the other word I'm looking for? Setting, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Would that be something
Yeah.
that would feel accurate to you, maybe?
Yeah, yeah. I think also again it comes into the fact that it goes into friendships as well. So for me, it was a case of having to learn how to be well behaved within my family circle, and then having to process everything between that. So it is having to struggle reading what the adults were saying to me at the same time trying to relate to people my own age. So for like my cousins, and they used to try and play with me or talk to me about things, I'd be like, huh, what? I don't get it. Like, what we meant to do? And my cousin's like, Gemma, just listen. And I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for the need that I'm not trying. I want to try, and I'm trying to find out what you want me to do. But it becomes all so much at one time that all of a sudden it's gone from being one instruction to two instructions, three instructions, and all of a sudden I'm like,
And now you're overwhelmed.
yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to cope, no. And then all of a sudden I just kind of shut myself down. I'm like, you know what? I need to go away. I need to calm down. I need to process what's being said to me, think about it. And then I can reply to the conversation. I can come back and join in again. And
Gotcha.
people in the past have told me off for it because it's kind of, I've been told it's rude and disrespectful, and I'm like, I don't mean to do that. I'm not like that. I need time.
I just need a moment.
Do that. I need a time to process. So like when I do things in my life, like now that they're a bit more understanding, but people will often say to me, "Oh, Gemma, what about this?" Or "Gemma, what's your opinion on this?" I'm like, one question at a time. Don't give me multiple questions, because I'm just going to end up shutting myself down and going, too much, don't want to do no more, I can't cope with it, I just need to be left alone. And people are like, Gemma, but you're fine. I'm like, no, I'm not. You don't know the amount of processing in my head that's taking it right now. I'm having to think of one question, then my reply, then the next question, then another reply. I'm like, nah.
Speaking of which, real quickly, I just wanted to let you know that if at any point things become too much for you today, just let me know, okay?
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. I understand. I know that you know that I understand. So don't
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
worry. If it gets to be too much today, just let me know. Even if you just need a break, we'll take a break, okay?
Yeah, that's fine, no worries. I'm good with that. I think for me, it's a case of want to relate better to you guys. So for me, it's a test of my confidence and the way that I come across to people. And I think a lot of people in the chat who might not understand the way that I come across, it might be like I'm being blunt or rude, and that's not the case. A lot of the time, people are like, "Oh, but you don't seem to care about anyone else," and I'm like, "I
No.
do. The thing is, I care so much for people that my empathy goes from being, it's kind of like a tank. I kind of express it like having a box, and this box can only go so far before my empathy is just going down and down and down. I'm like, and before long, I'm like, you know what? I want to explode. I can't deal with this anymore. I have to go away and sleep or whatever. And people are like, where were you? What happened? I'm like, trust me, like all day I've had to do socialization. I've had to do
You
plan
needed a break.
videos, or I've had to take myself away for a break because I'm so mentally drained of all the information I've had all day.
Hmm.
People are like, you should be able to cope with that. I'm like, yes, but in a way I can't, because the neurotypical population can cope a lot more with things like that than me. I can only cope with only so much before my head's going, I feel sick, I feel dizzy, I have a really bad headache, and people are, oh, that's normal. No, try having the pain 10 times worse. Then you'll see that it's a hell of a nightmare. Like, it's not just a simple headache pain, it's a pain of, like, I feel someone strangling me. It's like someone has their hands on my head and they're trying to suffocate me. And I'm like, try dealing with that for a constant 2-3 days. Because I can tell you what, you won't be able to deal with it.
I
Because I
will say,
can't.
sorry, say that one more time, that last bit.
Yeah, so I was basically just saying that, like, when
Just
I
the
have a
last bit.
headache or I feel like people are strangling me, it's like people got their hands on my head and they're trying to suffocate me.
Yes.
And people are like, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, it really is. Because the pain is not just physical, it's mentally in my head, it's auditory. So I get pain, like ringing pain through my ears, and it builds up into my head, and I get pain in my shoulders, and makes me feel all tight and like I'm restricted. And people
It's
like,
exhausting.
yeah, people like, Gemma, it's all in your head. No, it's
No.
not. Because people with autism feel pain 10 times worse than anyone else, which sucks, but I've learned to deal with it, and that's why I do what I do these talks for, because a lot of the time people are like, you're exaggerating. No, I deal with this on a daily basis, and I have to, because my body doesn't like me half the time. So whatever I do, it's pre-planned, it's routine. And my videos, for example, they're all scripted. Well, 90% of them are scripted, and I have to have everything wrote down, what days I'm going to film, what days I'm not filming. So I have the balance of filming and the balance of taking time off. And people are like, but you're filming all the time. I'm like, no, I do 3-4 videos a day. I bulk film.
You plan
So
ahead.
I plan ahead, and I literally will then drop the videos 2 or 3 days apart. So I'm like, today my poem came out, and then in 3 days I have another video coming out. So I'm like, I space them out. And people are like, you film all the time. I'm like, no, I don't. I bulk film between 3 and 5 videos a day.
Gotcha.
And
You
people
know,
are like, really? I'm like, yeah, because it's easier.
that's great though, because I think I've heard some really wonderful things about. I'm not as good at planning, or I should say, I'm not as time's not good for me. That's why I'm timey, because time is all like wibbly wobbly. It never takes me as long as I hope it will take me, or I think it might take me. Everything
Yeah.
takes me longer than I expect. Everything.
Yeah.
So I try to, I've tried to do things like that, and it's difficult for me. But if it's suggested that if you can, to definitely do things in advance, so that then you can just take the time you need, and it's great that you do that. That's part of how you're overcoming
Yeah.
the limitations that you have.
Yeah.
I wonder sometimes if I have never known you, not one time, to be rude, ever. And I wonder if, because people have said it to you in the past, that you think that, like, you've owned it because people have said it. So you feel like you're rude sometimes, but I've never one time. I know you work very hard not to be, and that's why you're
Yes.
not. But
Yeah.
I've never one time. My impression of you has never been rude, Gemma. Just so you know, I want to be clear with you. I feel like that sometimes what people tell us, sometimes we own it a little bit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
maybe in the past you may have been, a little rude at times, but
Yeah.
you seem to have been worked very hard to not be, and I've never known you to be. So I wanted you to know
Yeah.
that, because I know if you keep thinking that you are, you might think you know what I mean, you're not. So I just want you to know.
I don't think it all the time. I think it's just because in the past, like you say, it's kind of become a habit. People going, oh, well, you were a bit rude, or you're a bit too direct with people. And I'm like, really? And it's not until I kind of have that discussion with people, I'm like, oops, maybe I am offensive, or maybe I do come across a bit too quick to judge or say something in
Hi,
a
Jamie.
harsh comment. but at the same time, like, I work on not doing that. So a lot of the time, I process ahead of time, and I'm like, if I have a question that they want to ask, I'll answer it. And I'm pretty much an open book. Like, I will answer pretty much anything within reason, obviously, but I will answer pretty much anything that they want to know, because that's why I do YouTube. It's kind of my open book. I take everything on it.
You do what you do to raise awareness so others will understand people in their life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I help to open that communication, because autism is so judged in the media still. It's a lot better with understanding now, but when you hear the word autism, people often think that you're broken or damaged or poisoned, and it's a load of rubbish. And it really annoys me, because we're human beings just
Hi,
like the rest of
Shiny.
you.
Yes.
It doesn't matter that we have a label, because everybody does, of some kind. Everybody has a quirk or something that's different about them, and because autism gets thrown around all the time, it's like, oh well, you're weird, like you're not normal. And I'm like, really?
No.
Have you got to know me? No. Like,
I'm amazed at the bluntness of some people, the nerve of them to have to say something like that. I do want to say, hi, Sharni. Welcome to the pool, honey. And Sharni wanted you to know she's blunt as hell. There is nothing to be ashamed of, lovelies.
Thank you. Welcome,
And-
Johnny. Good
oh.
to see you.
And Jamie too, please welcome. I don't know if you heard me. I said it sort of low, but I know I fixed my mic, I think. I'm not like, just if there's any sound back, let me know how it's sounding in the chat, guys, because I think I fixed it. I'm praying that I did. I think I finally got the soundboard thingy working with the mic thingy, and maybe, I call it thingies. That's how good I am with that part. I'm not there yet. Maybe someday, but not yet. Oh, goodness, what was I going to say? Shoot, I lost my train of thought there.
No, you're fine.
'Cause I had a question for you. Well, let me, okay. I know why you do what you do. And,
Yeah.
oh, I know what it was. It was along the lines of this. I see things, and you tell me if I don't think there are different levels of autism, just like there's different levels of fibro. There's different, and everybody's sort of affected a little differently, or is it all just different levels of, like, is it just a dial that's turned up, or are there different symptoms that go along with those dials?
Yeah, there's different levels, like you put it quite well. So basically you have a spectrum. You've got this line, and on this line you have, say, on the left hand side you have severe autism, which is non-verbal children that need constant 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week carers, respite, they need severe support probably all their lives. And then you go from that to less severe but still needing some support with basic everyday things. And then you sort of have the more highly functioning side starts, and then you have people who are very, very high functioning, like myself, who pretty much are fully independent, don't really have support or need support. The only support I do have is my family and you guys, my family on YouTube. And it's difficult, because some people say to me, oh, so you're severe autistic. No, I'm not severe. I've never said I am. I'm high functioning. I have a diagnosis of high functioning autism, which basically means that medical term now replaces Asperger's syndrome, which used to be in the DSM-5 up until 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Then they scrapped that, and now it's called autistic spectrum disorder.
Okay.
Which I don't know why they've mucked about with it again, but
I didn't know they had changed it.
Yeah, some psychologists in America, in the medical universe somewhat, decided that they'd rename autism as one condition, which is silly, but they now say that everyone with autism as autistic spectrum disorder. So basically, it's one big umbrella of multiple autism, which is confusing. But for me, I guess it describes more about it being a disorder and a spectrum, because you're not labelled just with one thing.
Right.
And also, there's what I have clinical anxiety disorder as part of my autism as well. So I have a multiple diagnoses. I have high functioning autism, and I have high functioning clinical anxiety disorder. So I have medication for that. And then people are, oh, it's just part of your autism. No, I have a mental health disorder and I have autism. That's separate. They are two big separate things.
Gotcha.
And people are like, no, anxiety is part of autism, Gemma. I'm like, no, that's not. That's why I have to keep defining and say, look, I am on the mental health spectrum and I'm also on the autism spectrum. So I have to learn to try and educate people on it. People are, oh, we've read it's involved in autism. Yes, anxiety is in autism, but that's part of my everyday life. That's part of who I am already. That's a separate thing.
Gotcha.
So people were like, oh, okay, now they kind of understand that the two are separate. And like I will say in my streams, when I do streams, it's like, remember, I have anxiety, guys. That's separate from my autism. If I start fiddling, or if I start coloring my hair, or if I'm getting emotional, you know that it's going to end probably me going and exploding. And people are like, but you don't do that. I'm like, yes.
It ruins it for you.
Point when I get too much, and when I get too much, my body just goes, no.
Yeah.
Everything just comes out all at one time.
It's like when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not within my control. I would just conk out cold, and it's happened on stream.
Yeah, which is what people don't understand. So it's kind of my life. I kind of describe it as a medical dictionary, because I've spent most of my life in and out of hospital, getting diagnosed with several different things. I've had obviously my eyesight diagnosed with problems, and then I've had speech therapy issues, and then I then got diagnosed 2 years ago with panic disorder, which is another form of anxiety disorder, and I'm prone to panic attacks. I actually had one on my stream about 3-4 months ago, I think it was. I actually left it up so people could see it, and people were like, what was happening to you? I was like, I just froze. Like, I couldn't say anything. It was like my body was just trapped. I couldn't do anything. And it's just like, I didn't know what to do, and I just had to like end the stream, and I got off my iPad and I sobbed. I was so disappointed in myself. I'm like, why couldn't I have done anything? Why did I feel like my body was just frozen? I couldn't move. And people are like, are you alright? I was like, no, I'm ill. Like, I don't know what's happening to me. I feel really, really ill, which then led me to hospital for 6 hours.
Wow.
Because my body was just so on edge, and I couldn't breathe.
And sometimes you put yourself in those situations that might trigger it, and I get worried just because I notice you'll put yourself there for so that people can learn, but at the same time, when it comes to anxiety or like a panic attack, I feel like if it happens, it happens, but be careful not to push yourself too hard, because it's not something you want to happen. You know what I mean? I don't mean that you do it purposely. I mean that it might be a side effect of what you do, I guess. You know what I mean?
That's like today. I had an example where I could have potentially...
And I'm still here. I'm just gotta do
stressed out. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to even go to the point of being stressed or feeling ill. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a day at home. I'm just going to chill out, do my housework and all that kind of stuff. And I feel better for it. I'm glad that I didn't go out and do some talks today, because I knew that I would be physically too mentally tired to do anything else after that. So it's a choice of being ill or a choice of being happy and not feeling ill. So I was like, okay. Yeah. I didn't have to worry about it.
Okay, is that hitting the microphone? Are we okay?
No, we're okay. It's all good.
All right. I turned my fan on. I'm like, it's getting hot. And I killed the fan, so I had to plug it in, which I'm not supposed to do because it kill the battery faster, but it's okay. I need cool air more than I need than I need it to last longer. I'll buy a new one, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's see what the comments are so far. We have, of course, Thomas thinks that we sound like a couple of old men, and of course that's purposely done. We want to sound like a couple of old men. We like being grumpy old men. Let me see, scroll down. It'll be nice. Okay. By the way, the levels, they are only for the levels that you see there of the chat levels, because someone's bound to ask at some point, what is this level thing? It is for bragging rights. The more you chat, the higher your level goes. So keep up chatting, and you will be at the top of the chatting and have bragging rights. In the meantime, you are earning Snarfblat while you're here, which is my digital currency that can be used in future giveaways. So there's that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Questions. I saw a couple comments. Autism is very misunderstood. So many variations. That is very true, Crohn's chick, as you know. Until my life. Say that one more time, honey.
I was just saying hello to her. I saw her yesterday.
She's MerMazing, isn't she?
Yeah, she's beautiful as well, like you.
And then Thomas was saying, until my life fell apart last year, I never knew what anxiety attacks were. Yeah.
Yeah.
A panic attack and anxiety attack, they are terrifying.
Yeah,
you know?
Especially when your body feels like it's shutting down. You have no choice to do anything. It just becomes an instant reaction of, I'm under attack, I don't feel well. All of a sudden my body just goes, and I just literally can't do anything. And I think anxiety is worse than actually being a sensory overload for me. I think anxiety is the reason why half of I am ill as much as I am, because it gets to a point where I don't let my body rest enough, and then I pay for it.
Yeah, and rest is important, definitely an important factor in helping to keep anxiety attacks at bay, because your body, well, most people's bodies can recover during their resting period, and that way the stress that you are under won't affect you, because stress is a big factor on it. This is for me. My panic attacks were at their worst when I was at my highest level of stress. Let's see. Well, thank you very much. Uncle Sam says we sound great. Thomas says those who love you will accept you no matter what. That is true.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Angel is here. Hello, Angel. Welcome to the pool, sweetie. And welcome, Rebby, to the pool, please.
Hey, guys. Good to see you.
It's hard because there are perceptions. And perceptions are not always accurate, obviously. Just like with fibro, there are perceptions that are inaccurate. And I will say this. Sometimes the perceptions of autism, people forget it's not a I don't know the appropriate verbiage to use here, a mental retardation, you know. It's not at all. And as a matter of fact, many autistic people are highly intelligent, and it's important to remember that you know, that people with autism are very smart. So, you know, don't treat them as any less than what they are, because they're highly intelligent people. You can have I have had some very wonderful conversations with Gemma here, and absolutely highly she does a ton of research for her channel. She thoroughly researches things, even things that she knows that she has, you know, that she personally deals with. She researches the stories and the people that are writing the stories so that she can see where they may be coming from. And she puts it out there, and she always says, I love that you always say, you know, let me know in the comments below what you think about this. What's your opinion? Because you recognize that there are going to be differing opinions on certain subjects, especially a lot of the subjects you talk about are very, what's the word? Some of them can be controversial, you know?
Yes.
And I think that it's super important to treat people with the respect that they deserve. And having that conversation, you know, not just yesing you to death. Oh, everything's perfect. And I agree 100%. Well, Gemma knows if I don't agree with what she's saying, I will tell her, because we can have a conversation. Say that again. I missed that.
It's that two-way communication. My comments a lot. Like, people often say to me, "Oh, like some of your videos, Gemma, are a bit edgy." I'm like, I do that because I want the reaction from you guys. I want you guys to be like, "Oh, Gemma, that was really brave," or "Gemma, I don't really agree with you. Let's chat." And I will chat with you. Like, that's why a lot of my videos I do push the edge a little bit, because I want to see not just what I say and what I feel, but you guys are the ones who watch me, and I want you guys to get in on the interaction as well. It's not just about what I say, what I feel. It's about what you guys go and talk about. Then you guys go away and have a debate, and then a lot of you come back to me. I'm like, oh, okay, now I see it from your point of view, and I understand why you said to me that comment, and it feeds back to me. So it's really helpful.
Yeah. I love our conversations, Gemma.
Me too.
Hey, Banana, welcome to the pool.
Hey, John, good to see you.
Sharni, that Crohn's chick, said I have some cousins that are autistic, and James could literally build computers from 10 years old, and another Bella learns languages in weeks. Super intelligent, no doubt. I have a nephew who is autistic also, and he has a lot of social issues, and I think that's the biggest, like, sign, if I'm not mistaken, is the social issues. The socialization. He walks in circles. There is literally a path in his grandfather's yard that he has walked the grass away from over the years. Because he just walks in circles, and he doesn't, you know, he'll go off to his own little quiet corner, and, you know, it's too much for him. And the thing that I know, his grandpa and we talk a lot, and he the thing he doesn't understand is he'll sit with his headphones on, and he turns the volume up really loud, but he's doing something different, but he's got his headphones super loud. And I think that, and unless you tell me what you think, and I know you don't know him, so you can't say for certain, but I'm thinking that he's trying to shut down the sounds, the overwhelming other noises. Like, he's trying to drown everything else out and just have that one thing be there so that he can then focus on what he's trying to focus on. Is that
basically
feasible?
He's processing too much auditory noise. He's trying to shut off all the background noise around him, so he wants to hear one sound, and that sound is what's on his headphones, whether that's music or just want to have the headphones on to block out everything else. He's deliberately trying to avoid that noise because it's distressing him. So it's a sensory overwhelm of auditory noise, which is what I struggle with badly. It's not nice.
I have a hypersensitive smell nose thing going on, and it's been ever since I got the fibro, and I can smell, and it's always bad smells. It's not like I smell this wonderful smell and I go, oh, thank God. No, it's always something horrific. Like, there's some piece of old rotten chicken in the garbage, that's tiny little piece that's stuck to the garbage can lid, you know, that nobody else can smell that, but I can smell it a mile away, and I'm like, something stinks in this house, and I will run around the house scrubbing everything I get my hands on. I'm hurting the heck out of myself doing it, but I can't take the smell anymore until I find it. And now I know at least to start with the garbage can lid, because it's probably the garbage can lid.
Yeah, and again, that's another thing with autism. Like, I have a really, really heightened sense of smell. So, for me, I will smell the most horrid smells and strong smells, which really make me feel ill. And for example, I was in my local hospital on Tuesday, and one of the nurses who was sitting quite near me on the chair had perfume on. And I
Mm.
turned around, and I was like, what the hell is that smell? It's horrid. And she like looked at me with this face of like absolute shock horror, and I was just like, oh, whoopsie! Opened my big mouth without saying it the right way. I was like, that stinks. And she turned around and looked at me. I was like, I need to rephrase that. Oops, sorry. Has someone got perfume on that's making me feel sick? Like, if you could move up a little bit, like not next to me, I'd appreciate it, so I don't have to put up with the smell. And she's like, you told me I smell. I went, not you personally, no, but
Thank
it
you, Uncle
came out the
Sam.
wrong way. It came out me saying that you smell, but I didn't mean it that way. I meant it as in your perfume is so overwhelming and strong to me, it's making me want to be sick. And she's like, oh, is that that's really stressing you out? I went, yeah. I said, literally, my eyes are watering, like my hands are all sweaty, and
Mm.
I said, I literally don't feel right. And she's like, that's that bad for you? I went, yeah. I said, it's really, really gross. And she literally like moved 2 chairs up, and in the end, I felt so bad. I went over to apologise. So I was like, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have probably said that as the way I did, but
Aw.
time I was just so processing what you smelled like, and the
Processing
smell
what
was just, and I was just like, why did I go to say that? So
you know what though? I think that in the past you may not have handled it the way you did, right? You might have just said it and left it at that.
yeah, yeah, I've
And
done that
now
with
you
my sister
explain it
and
to her
people.
so she understood. So I think that you've come a very long way in what sounds to me like it's a short period of time, right?
Yeah, it's been the last year or so that I've fully kind of adapted my strategies to help myself. So instead of getting so overwhelmed with like the smells and things, I'm like, well, if I don't spend that much time near people who have perfumes on,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not going to get that overwhelm of feeling ill and dizzy. And if I do things to proactively deal with that, so get myself used to being around people wearing perfume or
Mm.
cologne or things like that, and when I go into that situation, I'm not going to be so much bothered by it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm ready for that. I've smelt perfume, I've dealt with it. Whereas now it's more food smells that bother me. Like I walked into a restaurant yesterday with my dad, and all I could smell was this foul smell of fish, and oh my god, it drove me bananas. I was just like, Dad, it really smells in here. It's disgusting. He's like, Gemma, we're gonna grab dinner and go. We're not gonna be in here long. Don't worry about it. I'm like, Dad, it's making me feel sick. I feel dizzy. This smell is really getting to me. My clothes smell of it. It's disgusting. I want to go home. And my dad said, Gemma, 5 minutes. Just wait. Everything will be fine. It's 5 minutes. I'm like, Dad, seriously, get me out of this restaurant. I really don't feel well. And I literally, as soon as I got home, I literally stripped off all my clothes. I had to put them in the washing
Wow.
basket and put my pajamas on. I smelled horrible. I was like, ugh. I was like, Dad, I really stink. It's like, ugh. I literally had to take everything off and like be like, bin, put in my washing bin. I'm like, you absolutely don't smell that. So I had to take it off. Oh, it irritated me.
Now let me ask you a question. Um, if in that circumstance, would it have been feasible for you to just step outside and wait for Dad?
Yeah, but I think the problem is because my dad was waiting for his order, and he's like, "It'll be 5 minutes, Gemma. Just wait here for 5 minutes with me when we go out." And I was like, it ended up turning to like 15 minutes. But now looking back, I could have gone outside and waited for him. At the same time, I was trying to, I guess, deal with it and stay there to wait for my
Right.
dad. And I should have realised that after 5 minutes, I was like, "Nope, not gonna do this. Can't. I need
In
to
the
go
future,
outside."
may I make a suggestion?
Yes, sure, Timey.
Maybe just say that your dad, it's a little, instead of just saying it's bad, say to him, my hypersensitive smell is bothering me in here. I'm going to step right outside while you get dinner. I'll be there when you're done.
Yeah. I wish I would have done.
And just say it. That way he doesn't say, just stay here, and wait just 5 minutes. Then you're taking control of it. And unless you're in an unsafe area, obviously. But, like, as long as you're in a safe area, it might be a really good way. You know what I mean? To handle it. That way, he doesn't think you're going to bolt on him. And you're handling it how, in a way that makes you most comfortable.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have comments. Let's go up.
Okay.
Yes, I know I saw a few pass by. I let it go a little bit. I'm like, we'll let them build, then we'll come back and read them again. Make sure I don't include the pool boy's comments, because he's always talking about me. I don't know. Something about him. He's always talking about me. Never anything else. I don't know why.
Pool boy's brilliant. He's very proactive.
Let me see. Where was I? I saw something. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I started chewing like a fool.
It's okay.
I got it. Okay. One of Justin's cousins runs an autism program in Canada. And then Thomas, not everyone fits into cookie cutter mold that we are all expected to fit into. The way we measure intelligence is lacking, as some autistic people are far more intelligent than the average. Very true.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. I'm not sure. Sharni was talking about something we were talking about at that moment. She commented, that's what it sounds like to me. But I don't know what that was any longer, because it was a little bit ago. I'm sorry. And thank you very much, Uncle Sam. He said, Timey and Gemma, it's wonderful to see you both in one place at the same time.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Sam.
Thomas had a coworker that wore white diamonds. They were talking about white diamonds. They hate white diamond perfume. And I swear it smelled like we have roadkill, skunk, corpse, and, gross.
Ew, that's gross. Yuck.
I would like to know, Uncle Sam, how do you know what a corpse smells like? Maybe I don't want to know. Never mind. And Remy's mom used to wear it. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I love when Gemma talks. She has a very beautiful voice. That's what Uncle Sam said.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. I'm not sure how beautiful my voice is, but I appreciate it.
Every 15 minutes. My God, that's too much perfume. Period, Uncle Sam. Aunt puts it on every 15 minutes. It doesn't matter what perfume it is. You put it on once, one time. That's it. In the morning.
Yeah,
you don't put it on.
That's what I do. Well, the perfumes that I wear, I literally do one spray in the morning, and that is it.
You don't reapply throughout the day every 15 minutes. That's crazy talk.
That's too much. That's way too much. That's as bad as my sister does it.
Maybe she has an underlying problem she's trying to cover up. I don't know.
Maybe.
I do believe that is Liz Taylor's perfume. Yes, Erica. Erica was asking if White Diamond is Liz Taylor's perfume.
Okay.
So, let me ask you this, Gemma. Now,
yeah, maybe.
We know that you've faced the challenges you faced. Now, tell me if I'm mistaken. Were you not diagnosed until you were an adult, or did the diagnosis just change when you became an adult?
Yeah, I was diagnosed at age 26, so for most of my life I was pretty much going under the radar until I turned 21, 22. I started having really bad anxiety, depressive issues, and it led to the point where I stopped eating a little bit and I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't doing all the normal feminine hygiene things like having a shower, washing my hair, all that kind of stuff. My mum's like, Gemma, this is enough. Like, you've gone a week without a shower. That's disgusting. Like, you need to have a shower. I was just like, oh, later, I'll have a shower later. My mum was like, no, you'll have one now. And I'm like, but I don't want one. I'm like, I don't care. You're having a shower. It's disgusting. So I remember going to bed one night after having a shower, and Mum's like, "What is wrong with you? Like, why won't you shower? Like, you used to shower every day, and now it's like a chore to get you in the shower." And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I just don't feel like I need to have a shower." And Mum's like, "Gemma, like, you've gone past teenage age. Like, you're grown. You're a grown woman. Like, you need to shower more." And I was like, "But I have showered. I showered this morning." I was like, "Yeah, but you've been out all day, Gemma. You're sweaty and you're hot. You need to have another shower before bedtime." And I was like, "No, I don't have a shower in the morning." I was like, "No, that's disgusting. You have to have a shower." So I started phoning my auntie, who was a mental health nurse at the time. And she's like, "What's wrong with Gemma? She don't shower. She won't get in the shower. She won't have a bath." And my auntie's like, "Okay, that's weird." So my auntie came out to speak to me about one-on-one. She's like, "Why won't you shower? Why is your mum constantly yelling at you to have a shower?" And I was like, "But I had one this morning." She's like, "I don't care. You have one at night before bed, Gemma. Like, it's just the way it goes." And then from that to then me getting so stressed out with them, I was like, "Stop telling me what to do. Like, I'll shower when I want to shower. I don't care what you're saying. I'm not listening. I'm done." So I ignored them for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then my auntie's like, "We booked you a doctor's appointment. We think you're depressed." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm depressed? I'm always smiling. I'm laughing. I'm not depressed. What the hell are you on about?" And then my auntie's like, "No, we think you're hiding it really well. We think you're quite clever at hiding it." I went, "I know myself. Like, I don't feel suicidal. I'm not depressed. Like, to me, that was, if you're depressed, you're suicidal.
Gotcha.
Like, you want to hurt yourself or whatever." And my auntie's like, "No, Gemma, that you've got the completely wrong end of the stick." And I was like, "Okay." I remember going to the doctors with my mum and my auntie at first, and we met this young woman similar to my age, and she'd just come out of med school by a few weeks, and she told my mum, me, and my auntie, she's like, "There's nothing wrong with Gemma. She might be a bit low. We'll give her some meds and send her on her way." So they gave me some antidepressants.
Wow.
Cool boy, did they wreak havoc with me. I was on them for 8 weeks, and I felt like I was drunk. I kept falling over. I was all woozy. I couldn't stand up straight. I couldn't eat. I was like, "What the hell is wrong with me?" And then we went back again because I kept being sick, and I was like, "Look, something's happened to me. I keep puking. I can't eat. I can't stand up." And she's like, "Oh, you had a reaction to the drugs." So she said, "What we'll do is we'll change you onto a lower dose, onto a new medication."
Hey,
So
Herman.
they changed me onto another medication, which was an anti-anxiety and antidepressant tablet. I was on that for 6 weeks, same thing. Started puking, kept falling over. I was like, "I'm not depressed. What the hell? Like, I don't feel low. I don't feel like I'm gonna self-harm myself." I was like, "I'm gonna stop taking them." So I threw them in the bin. I was like, "Mum, I'm not taking these. I'm not ill. There's nothing wrong with me. Just leave me alone." And Mum's like, "No, Gemma, there's something wrong." Like, and it took me after that time about 5 months to go back to the doctors. Like, "I'm not listening to you. I'm not going to doctors. Screw them. They're wrong. They've hurt me. They're trying to
Please
make me
tell
ill."
me you did not shower for 5 months, though.
Well, nearly, yes.
Really, honey? Okay.
I literally refused to get in the shower. I refused to get out my pajamas. I would go from one set of pajamas to the next, to the next, to the next, just to get changed. And I was like, "Gemma, this is disgusting. Like, you've literally not showered for like 3 or 4 months." So my mum would ring up the doctors and complain about me. And she's like, "We're getting back in the doctors, Gemma. There's something wrong here." So then the doctor then finally referred me to the community link mental health link worker, which they're now called mental health consultant. And the man who I actually saw when I got referred, this was back in 2000. What, 2012?
We'll be here, Sam.
And I saw him for a year, and then within that year he told me that he had a son that was similar to me, and his son was 7, I think, at the time.
Okay.
And he said, "You and my son are very, very similar people." I was like, "What do you mean I'm similar? Like, I'm older than your son. Like, I'm an adult. I don't relate to what you're saying." And he was like, "I think you have autism." I'm like, "What? What do you mean I have autism, huh? And he's like, you don't know about it? I was like, well, the only thing I've watched about was a few years ago, I watched the film Rain Man. I said, but I'm not a genius. I'm not like a mathematician. I don't solve quiz puzzles. He's like, no, Gemma. You've got it completely wrong. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, you're very clever in a different way. You have a different brain set from what Rain Man is. I was like, okay. So then he made me do 2 questionnaires on a bit of paper, and it was a questionnaire about socialising and friendships. And he's like, can you fill this in for me? I'm like, what is this bit of paper? Like, what do you want me to do? And it's a tick box questionnaire of, out of 10 I had to rate each question between 1 and 10, and each question was about my friendships and how I deal with people. I was like, so you want me to relate how I talk to people? Like, why would I tell you how I talk to people? And he's like, just write a number in each box. I was like, okay. And I wrote the numbers down in each box, and afterwards he came back to me. He's like, I'm referring you for psychiatric assessment. I was like, okay, what does that mean? And he's like, I think you need to be assessed by a psychiatrist and a psychologist. So I was
No
like,
worries,
okay.
Sam.
And then that, after 6 months of seeing them on and off for 2-3 weeks at a time, I was going back and forth to the office doing questions about my life with my mum, with my auntie. Then that changed.
We'll get there, Herman.
Into the question, and basically within 6 months of that assessment, the social worker was like, I'm going to write a report about you. She goes, I think I know what to diagnose you with. I was like, oh, good. Well, hey, a label on my head. Great. She's like, don't be like that. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And I was like, yo, you want to label me? Am I mad? Am I insane? She's like, stop it, Gemma. And I'm like, no, you're really annoying me. Like, you want to label me and whack this label around my head like I'm stupid.
Oh, honey.
And she's like, Gemma, stop it. That's not like that. And I'm like, well, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel I'm odd? Like, why am I not acting right? And she was like, because, Gemma, Sharon, if you really want to know, I'm like, yes, just tell me. And she was like, that's because you're highly autistic. I went, oh, okay. And for 3 weeks, I cried. I literally sobbed every day. I was like, what? You mean to tell me my whole life has been a mumble jumble? And she was like, that's how you want to name it? Yes. And she was like, now it explains who you are, doesn't it? I was like, well, yeah, because I've gone from being this insecure, demanding person to all of a sudden doing things I never felt I would ever do. And I never thought I would not live with my parents. That was one thing I had in my head. I was convinced that I would never move out of my parents' house, ever. And this is back in 2013 this started happening. My mum was losing her house.
Wow.
And she was like, Gemma, you're going to have to move in with your dad. I went, you what? And she's like, I can't afford to keep the house anymore. You're going to have to move in with your dad. So I was like, what? She was expecting me to move from one house in one end of town where I've been comfortable in my life to all of a sudden the other end of town to my dad's where I don't know anybody. I don't know the area as such. And she was like, yeah. She said, but you'll adapt, you'll be fine. I'm like, so you expect me to pack everything, upheaval my life again, get settled at my dad's house, which I ended up spending 5 years living there, and 5 years became safe for me. It's like, oh, yay, I'm comfortable. I don't have to move ever again. I'm done. I don't have to think about moving ever again. So then my dad started losing his house. This was 2017, 16. And he was like, oh, Gemma, he goes, I think we might have to move house. Like, I think I might have a place for you to go with one of my friends who has a spare room. And at the time, I'd only been diagnosed 1.5 years with autism. So I was like, so you're expecting me to go from being comfortable again and settled. My routine was established, everything was good, and then you expect me to go bang all up again, pack everything again, move in a truck, unpack everything again to be with this person. And I lived with my dad's friend for 2.5 years before she lost her house.
Wow.
And then I had to move into supported housing, which was a big mistake. I wish I never moved in there, but at the same time I had nowhere else to go. So I spent 2.5 years in there before moving to here, which I've been here now 5 years.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I've moved 1, 2, 3, 4
That's
times in the last 8 years of my life.
That's a lot. That's a lot for anybody. I have to tell you, that's a lot for. I moved quite a bit in my life, and moving is one of those things when they do those stress factor things, the charts. And like a change in a marriage is stressful, so is a divorce. They're almost on the same level of stress level, which is crazy to me. There's stress. A lot of people think stress is just negative, but stress can be a positive thing too. It's stressful in a positive way, though. It's just different, but it's still stress on your body, and moving is very hard. Susan just said moving is hard. It is. I've moved. My life has been a series of moving. My father was in the Navy, and then when my parents got split up, we moved to Long Island, and then my mother remarried for a very short time. She was married for a month, and he got violent with her, and she left him. But then he stalked us, and I didn't remember this until I was an adult and asked my mom about something, and I was like, why did we move so often? And she reminded me, and it all came back, and he was stalking us, so we had to keep moving, and we kept moving over and over and over again. It was not very far, but we still had to keep moving. And it was a lot. It was one of the things I didn't want for my children. I didn't want to have to move a lot. We moved a few times, and they still complain about it to this day. But I look at them, and I'm like, you guys have no idea how lucky you are.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing that my parents taught me. With moving, they're like, yes, Gemma, it may be uncomfortable for you. It may be stressful, but I must say each move that I've done has made me stronger, because I've had the routine of getting myself settled and everything's great, and then I've moved. I'm like, you know what? This might be stressful and upsetting, but at the same time, now where I am now in my apartment, I'm settled. I know it's permanent. I've got my permanent tenancy, so I know that I'm safe to stay here. And I'm like, the thought of that, being told I'm safe and that I'm not going anywhere, I'm like, yay! Don't have to think about packing or moving or being told, oh, you can't stay here. I'm like, actually I can. So now it's just a place of comfort. I'm like, okay, I can shut the world out. I've done enough all day. I can be safe in that, knowing that no one's telling me not to do that, or I can't do this. I'm like, well, I can. It's my place. End of. This is my safe space. So
it is your home.
Yeah, I'm home. I'm in my comfort, and like same with you. You're in your comfort. You're in your home. So it's, for me, it's a place where I'm safe, and if something happens to me, I know that I'm safe. I have someone I can get hold of. So yeah, I love my home.
And you know that you've been through the experience now. Sorry, I leaned too far in, didn't I? You've been through the experience now. You know you're going to be okay. You know that if you have to move, you'll be okay, because you've done it before.
Yeah, exactly. This is, I'm prepared for. If I have to move, I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. I can get up, pack, and get myself ready. But 5 years so far, I haven't. So
well, that's very good. There's some comments here about moving. I just saw everyone was talking about. Hang on, where are we? Come on, where are we? I lost it again. How did I lose it? Use the mouse, you silly woman. Okay. Here we go. Susan said moving is hard. She said moving multiple times is hard. However, on the bright side, it teaches you how to adapt to change. Exactly. That Sharni said, it sounds like my rental history. And then Susan said she moved in her childhood 10 times in 11 years. That's a lot.
Wow,
Sounds
that's
like
a
my
lot.
childhood now. Let's see. Irvin said hi to Susan. And then, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea to start my day with beverages only. Yeah, that's true. But there is, if you notice, there's some coffee, water, soda. You know, you're good with that. It's the morning, but you
Yeah,
can have some
I
coffee.
had soda.
Um, oh, he kept building new houses. Oh my God. Susan's dad was a builder and he kept building new houses.
Oh wow, my dad's a builder too.
That's why she moved a lot. Then there was the economic crash in the 80s. Lost a house then. I've lost a house myself too. It's not, it's not easy. It's not, but we do persevere, don't we? And we do rise
Yeah.
above. And you know what? I have to say that one of the many reasons I wanted to have you here today was because of the fact that you do rise above. You know, you've turned what some could call a limitation into a positive thing, and you've taken it and you've made it your own, you know?
Yeah. It's about seeing the positive in, for me, the label is not a limitation to me. At first, yes, maybe it was, because it was a case of thinking, oh my god, my life has now gone from being fairly stable with my family and everything was routine. I knew exactly where I was going, what I was doing, and then all of a sudden, bang, whoop, everything's upside down.
You didn't know who you were, or you thought you didn't.
Yeah.
You thought you didn't know who you were. Because I'm hoping you realize you're still the same person, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I know who I am now, and I think for me it was like, okay, Gemma, this was a temporary period of 3 to 4 months ago. What's just happened? Like, what? I've had to go from being this fairly normal girl in my head, and everything's kosher and brilliant and woohoo, and then all of a sudden, bam, all over. I'm like, what? Huh? I'm like, how the hell do I process all this stuff? I'm crying, I'm shaking, I'm angry, I'm confused, and I'm like, I wasn't like this before, like, what? And then my mum was like, it's okay, Gemma, we'll get to it when we get to it. Everything's good. Just take your time to deal with everything. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And for about 3 months, me and my dad didn't speak. We had the most massive falling out about it. I was like, you should have done more to help me, and you screwed me up, and you never believed Mum when she said there's something wrong with me. And me and my dad had the most awful arguments.
wow.
It's to the point where I told my dad to go and F himself.
Got you.
And I was just like, you're scum, I don't want to talk to you, go away, da da da. And my dad's like, Gemma, I know you don't mean this. I'm like, oh yes I do. Like, don't talk to me. Like, I don't want to talk to you. You're not nice. And it took my mum to go, Gemma, do you know what you just said? I went, yeah, I told my dad to get lost. And she was like, that was out of order. And I was like, no, because he didn't help you. Like, where was the help when you were doing all this yourself, Mum? She's like, that's not fair, Gemma. Your dad tried, but at the time he thought there was nothing wrong. He just wanted to leave you to grow up as you were. And I was like, but he should seen that I struggled. Like, he should have known that I was struggling. I said, he basically didn't give any backup. Just like, well, what happened, Gemma, and we got divorced and everything was good and we separated peacefully and everything. And I was like, yeah, but at the same time, my life got affected because I had one parent wanting to help me and I had another parent being against me. It was kind of like the battle between two people. And I must say, the last few years, my dad and me have got back on track quite well. But
good.
The first 6 months of me being diagnosed, me and him argued. We'd go backwards and forwards about the most silliest little stuff, and it was like about songs on the radio. Like, one night he decided to have a party at his friend's, and I happened to be around there because it's his friend's birthday, and my dad said, oh, let's turn up the music. So he turned up the music so loud that I kicked off. I was like,
it was too much.
don't turn this down, I'll unplug the stereo. And my dad's like, no you won't. He goes, you leave it alone. I was like, I'm telling you now, turn it down or I'm unplugging it. And I went to the wall, I got the switch, I was like, trust me, I'll do it. And I unplugged it from the wall and pulled it out. And my dad's like, what was the point in that? I was like, I told you, turn it down. I said, it's really, really loud. And something so silly like that caused us not to speak for like 3 hours.
Wow.
Just because I pulled the plug out the wall.
Sorry. Justin, have a great day. And Sharni, yes, I'll see you soon. Sharni said she's got to go, but she'll be back in a bit. Or she'll see me in a bit. She said she'll see me in a bit and to take care, Gemma. Keep spreading your MerMazing message. Yeah, I changed it a little. And we'll chat soon. She wants to hit you up. She wants to talk to you.
Yes, we'll chat soon, definitely, Shani. I have got to message you back on Twitter, so I will do that.
And Susan said she didn't talk to her dad for 10 years once. She was very glad that she finally reached out and made amends, though. Time heals most wounds. And most wounds is, I think, an important thing. When it comes to parents, it's hard. Because I will tell you as a parent that most parents, not all, but most parents, they do the best that they can with the information they have. And it's hard because children don't always have all the information that the parents even have at that moment.
Yeah.
My daughter was very mad at me. She hated me. And I'm not kidding. She hated me. For a couple of years. And it was all because of a misunderstanding. She didn't know something that had gone on behind the scenes. And she made an assumption. And, she was hurt by that assumption. But it was really a misunderstanding. And for my wedding gift, she got a tattoo of an elephant on her wrist.
Okay.
As a way to tell me that there are no hard feelings anymore at all. That we are all past that, and that's just something in the past.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine that must be difficult, though, because with parents, that's the thing. There's so much miscommunication, and like, for instance, me and my dad, it was so silly what we fell out about.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I was so bitter towards my dad, I kind of felt that my dad had made my life difficult on purpose. And I was just like, well, if you would have stuck up for mum, like, this would have been diagnosed years ago, like, you're an idiot, whatever. And I shouted him some really horrible names, like, I won't repeat what I said, but basically I called him a life ruiner, I told him that he was rubbish, and some other nasty and horrible things. And my dad's like, it's not fair, Gemma, you're blaming me for this. I was like, well, in my eyes, you're to blame. And my dad's like, Gemma, that's enough. And I was just like, no, I'm not done. And like,
no, I'm not done. I'm not done cursing out Dad.
And then my dad was like, Gemma, this is not fair. Like, you need to stop blaming me. And then it took me about a month or so to actually calm down. I was like, you know what? I was wrong, Dad. You know, like, I shouldn't have said you're horrible and stuff, because you're not. You are a great dad. You always have been. But at the same time, I kind of felt like you ruined Mum's chances of me getting help. I kind of felt like you were the easy target to blame for all of it. And he was like, well, your mum didn't get anywhere without me, did she, Gemma? I was like, well, technically no, she didn't, because both of you have been trying for quite a long time. And now, looking back at it, I'm like, I was so selfish and so self-centered, because I kind of felt like my dad deserved to have me being rude to him, and it wasn't just him. My sister got a lot of it as well, and I was like, you know what, you can go screw yourself. Like, I don't want to talk to you either. Go away.
Are you allowed to like?
No. Me and my sister are what we call chalk and cheese. So she's very girly and makeup and hair and nails, and she's a beautician. She has her own business, and she's all about looking good and all that kind of stuff. And as you can see, I'm not. I'm baggy jumper. I have leggings on. I'm like.
Are you and your dad allowed to like?
Yeah, I'm very protective. Like, my dad's a very overprotective person. If someone hurts him, he's like, right, okay, you crossed the line. And whereas me and my sister, we're very opposite. We're like, she's very angry, whereas I'm very placid and laid back. And it takes a lot for someone to hurt me, and then if they hurt me, then it's like
I will
I
tell
just
you that quite often when a parent and a child are a lot alike, those are the two that are going to butt heads the most.
yeah.
My daughter and I are everyone called her mini me. Literally, they would be like, "Look, it's Timey's mini me," you know.
Yeah, I did that
And
with my
she
dad.
she looked like I did when I have pictures of 3 generations of each of us as little girls in a little tiny dress, different dresses obviously, but like we
Yeah,
look identical at that age, you know. And we
yeah,
still look a lot alike, but it's funny because we look like we clone. We don't clone, but we look like we clone, you know.
yeah. It's weird because everyone always says to
Thank you,
me
Designified.
like
Welcome to the pool.
I'm a mini clone of my dad because I'm very direct with people. We don't
Hmm.
hold back what we want to say. Me and my dad are very. If we have something on our heart or that we want to say, we're like,
You'll talk
it
about it.
comes out then and there. Yeah. Whereas my mum and my sister, they're very much like they're very, I guess, not hot-headed, but they're very strong-headed and they're both very fiery. And if something annoys them, the slightest little thing, they'll they'll just explode and be like, well, this person said this. I'm just like, wait a minute, think about what was said and the context it was said, and they're like, how can you do that? I'm like, because I'm out of this situation. I can see the other person's view, but at the same time I can see your view and my mum's view. So but at the same time you have to differentiate it so that you get all three people's opinion.
I
And she's
love you,
like,
Gemma.
and I'm just like, my mum's like, how can you do that? It's not that simple. I'm like, yeah, it is. Because it's about three-way conversation. It's about one person has their view, you don't agree with them, so you challenge it, but you challenge it in a way that's not going to be disrespectful, so you can come back and have a debate with it. And that's how I do it with my dad and my mum sometimes. So I agree with one side of them. I'm like, well, okay, mum said this, but dad says this. I'm going between them. I'm like, but this is my side. So then we manage to get a balanced opinion. But most of the time, I'm like, no, I'm not even going to get involved in that.
Yeah, I wouldn't get involved in that. I wouldn't. It's best to stay out of your parents' arguments.
Yeah, I've learned
Overall,
that.
that's a pretty good piece of advice. It's funny because you you perceive yourself as being sometimes socially awkward, I guess. If I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be careful with which words. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But
No, you're fine.
and you've described yourself as a person who doesn't sort of know what to do in some situations, right?
Yes.
Yet, when it came to other people, you could look at the situation and you knew from that you were looking at it from the outside, and that's why you could even explain to your sister why. Now, when was that happened?
Not that long ago, actually. It's about, I'd probably say about 4 or 5 months ago. My
Okay.
sister and my dad were having a debate about what to have for dinner. It was the most silliest little argument. I can remember being in the kitchen going, okay, so what's the options? Like, what are we having? Like, what's the choice? She said, well, I was going to do beef, or I was going to do chicken dinner, and I was either going to do vegetables or rice, and my dad was arguing that he wanted pork for dinner. And so we're like, but that's not an option, Dad. Like, you've heard what my sister said. She said it's chicken or beef with vegetables or with rice. She wasn't offering pork. My dad said, but I haven't had pork in ages. I fancy a pork dinner. And it took the silliest little argument. I was like, oh. And my sister's like, pick an option. It's either chicken, beef, veggies, or rice. That's it. That's all the option is. So I said to my dad, pick an option. Like I said, would you rather have a beef dinner if you can't have pork, or would you rather have chicken? I said, or do you want vegetables with it or rice? He's like, I'll have beef actually. So I fancy some rice. I was like, okay. So it took us about half an hour of debating with him. I was like, right, well, one option's not available, so don't even think about it. So you've got two options. Pick the most favourite one.
May I ask
And
you
it
a
took half
question?
an hour. Yes.
If it were 2 years ago, would you have been able to navigate that argument?
No. No, wait. No. That would have been me getting in trouble. That would have been me going, well, just pick one. Like, that or that. And that's it. Like, leave it. And people are like, no, Gemma, it doesn't work that way. I'm like, oh, yes, it did. Like, simple. You pick one meal or the other. And now I'm like, well, actually, is there a better option? Is there an alternative? And whereas when my dad came around here for dinner not long ago, again, kind of similar situation happened.
Please don't tell me your father arrived and said, I want pork, and there's no pork in the house.
No, it was about a drink, actually.
A drink this time.
Yeah, I was like, well, your drink choices are, there's either beer, there's soda, or you can have tea or coffee. And he's like, oh, so you're not going to offer me fruit juice? I was like, well, I do have it, but I didn't really offer. I didn't really think about saying, oh, would you like a fruit juice? I didn't really think about it. It's like, oh, you're trying to hide that from me. I was like, no, I just offered you the ones that I knew you'd like to have the option of, which was a beer, coffee, tea, or a soda. And he was like, oh, now who's being stubborn? And I was just like, Dad, look, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, it's a drink. Like, just help yourself to my fridge. So I ended up letting him just do what he wanted. I was like, nope, I'm not even going there.
Good lordy. It sounds like your dad's a little troublemaker, huh?
Yeah, like my sister. Yeah, they're both very direct and hot-headed, and I think that's what makes it fun with them, because I always have something that I can debate with them, or if my sister gets annoyed about something, I'm like, well, hold on a minute, why did you get annoyed? And for instance, the other day, we were in the car listening to the radio, and something come up about autism on the radio, and my sister flipped her switch within seconds, and she's like, this stupid producer, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, right, stop, calm down, let me listen to it, see what I think about it, because I'm the one who lives with it. Like, I understand why you're getting head, but let me listen to it. So she turns up the radio again, I'm sitting there listening to this producer guy, I'm like, okay, I can see where she's coming from, I see why she's got angry, but at the same time, I can understand where he's coming from. So I'm having to try and level two people, and I'm like, hold on, what about me? Like, what am I understanding of it? So I'm like trying to process my thoughts in my head, trying to console my sister who's crying, and trying to understand this producer interviewing this autistic child and adult on the news. And she's like, Gemma, I'm sorry I got angry, like, I got upset. And I'm like, I understand why partly you got upset, but at the same time, please try and ask me about something like that. Like, if you feel you're going to get angry, just go and walk away from it. Don't keep listening to it, because obviously that's triggering you. And she was like, but, I was trying to help you. And I'm like, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you want to listen to it, but don't upset yourself that much that you're going to get upset. I said, it's not worth the energy.
You are such a good sister.
Yeah, and I'm just like, don't let it bother you. Like, it's a silly little thing. It doesn't matter. And she's like, yes, it does. I'm like, no.
How old is she?
She's 27.
Okay. And she loves you.
She loves she's
you.
She's very, very protective of me. She's kind of like, the other day, it made me laugh. We'd been out to McDonald's for dinner, and we were coming out from McDonald's, and she said to me, she was like, I tell you what, I've seen some of them YouTube comments you've got, Gemma. Them trolls are idiots. Let me have at them. I'm like, seriously, don't even retaliate to them. I said, because once you retaliate to one comment, they're going to keep coming back. Just don't even read them.
Yes, the best thing, you don't feed the trolls.
No, so I said to her, just don't read the troll comments. I said, skip past them. And she's like, but I'm like, seriously, I've dealt with them. Just leave it. Don't read them. Don't retaliate. And she's like, how can you do that? I'm like, because my friends who are on YouTube help me with that. Yes, I get triggered at some of them, but you know what? I skip past them. I'm like, that's a troll. That's okay. That's a troll. I'm not even going to read them. I'm just going to skip past them.
Yeah. Because
they're not worth my energy, and I don't want people getting upset. So they're not worth the energy. They're not worth the time, and that's the hard thing of YouTube, because a lot of trolls do want to try and knock me or knock anybody in general. And
oh yeah,
yeah.
You don't feed the trolls. The only thing that the trolls are allowed to eat is this. Hang on. I'm going to put it in the chat so everybody can see what we're allowed to feed trolls and nothing else. It's strict diet only. Come on. Can you open for me? Why are you going to give me a hard time? Come on. Work. I closed it again. I double clicked on it on accident. Double J's here, by the way.
Hey, Double J.
Okay. All right. Almost got it. I almost got my hands to behave. It's a miracle. Come on. Gotta work for me, please. There we go. Okay. This is the only thing they're allowed to eat. The only thing we can feed the trolls is this. But just know that if you do feed the trolls this, please do it with love only. And come on, be nice to me. Work. It's probably going to be 50 million of them up there by the time it actually functions. Because I've clicked it. I just have to be patient. I know it. I see what I did. I made a boo-boo. Before I clicked on it, I hit another button. And it took this long. This is insanity. Why is it taking so long? Don't take this long. Okay, here we go. All right. Just be sure that when you feed them, we do so in kindness, okay? We must always feed the trolls in kindness, and always know that if you're going to feed the trolls, they're probably going to stick around because this is what they like. They enjoy eating these things. They really, truly do. Can you see the chat at all, Gemma?
No, I'm in the Hangouts.
Okay.
So.
I'll share it over on Hangouts with you. Hang on. Let me get over to Hangouts super duper fast. Okay, here's my Gemma girl. Now get my smiley faces up, please. So I can get my emotes, please. Give me my emotes. So I can show Gemma. Gemma wants to see the emotes. Oh, damn it. It's going to mess with me now. My hands are spazzing, so I'm clicking all over the place accidentally. Okay. I got the emotes up. Can you believe it? It's a miracle. Now I just have to find the right one. No, show me that emote, dummy. It's not working right now, but I'm going to send you the word that I used to search for it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. There we go.
Okay.
I've sent you the word.
Okay.
That is all that we are allowed to feed the trolls, okay? But
Yes.
you must feed them in moderation, only one at a time. No more than one at a time. And
Yeah.
And just know, that's only if you're going to. You don't have. It's better to starve a troll than to feed them anything. But I always found that, in the past that before I was trying to be nice to the trolls and feed them, but it didn't quite work out the way I had hoped, and I ended up,
Yeah.
it's better to starve them than feed them. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Just starve them instead of feeding them, and things will work out better. But at the time I didn't know any better, and I wanted to take care of the little trolleys and give them some food. So I would feed them one, but do so in kindness always. You can always throw a hug along with it.
Absolutely.
Why, thank you, Uncle Sam. I tried. Said I was so sweet to feed the trolls. And Gemma is super smart. That's what Uncle Sam said.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. I appreciate that.
It's very true, though. It's just a fact.
I'm just little me. Like I'm not.
You're who you are, but who you are is MerMazing.
Yes, I'm just one person making a small impact. Like I'm not what I'd call one of the big people who are wanting to make effortless change or whatnot. But it's just if one person can make a difference, then it's all worth what I'm doing. And this community, you, especially Timey and Michael and a few others,
Thank you,
and
sweetie.
as you call Banana John.
Banana, you still around, Banana?
You're still here, Banana? let us know so I can shout you out a little bit. Because you guys are the ones who give me that voice. Like, you and Michael especially have really helped me. And, you know, Michael still has a joke with me and calls me Gemma. I get used to it now. I'm like, okay. And he just motivates me. Like, every time he wants me to do better, and he's always like, oh, what's the next video, Gemma? And and he literally checks on me all the time. He's like, Gemma, how are you today? Please tell me you're in a good mood. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what have you been doing today? I'm like, well, I've been out vlogging and I've been out doing this. He's like, you've been out again? I'm like, yeah. And he always checks on me. It makes my day. I'm like, hi, Michael, how are you? And he's like, I'm okay. I'm hot. It's been a hot day. I'm like, well, Gemma's here. He's like, okay. So you guys give me that motivation to push myself, and if it wasn't for you guys and again a few other channels that I've been having support from, like Creators Alliance and a lot of you guys, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. You guys are my motivation. You're my pushing force for what I do.
But here's the thing, Gemma, okay? No matter who motivates you, and I appreciate it very much, but no matter who motivates you, you're the one who has to take the steps. You're the one who has to live it, and you're the one who has to do it. And you do. Not everybody would. So I wanted to tell you how proud I am of you, and I love you so much. You are such an amazing person. Yes, definitely Double J. By the way, tomorrow I will be over on Double J's channel. Yes, he will be interviewing me tomorrow. And when we're done here, we're going to do a raid. And guess who we're raiding?
I can't think off the top of my head.
We are raiding Sharni, that Crohn's chick. Because guess what I'm doing? Just know this, okay? So for those that are not, I want to give everybody a heads up because we are having a conversation about cancer. So if it's too upsetting for somebody to come, we understand. But that's where we're going to raid when we're done here, because I'm actually a part of that conversation because of my breast cancer. So I'm going to be getting on there and talking about my breast cancer.
I must say, guys, like, Timey is one of the most super duper people on YouTube. Like, if you guys don't know what Timey does, you really need to be on her channel a lot more because what she does is absolutely outstanding. And I've known Timey for just over a year now, and she's opened my eyes to so many different things, like the way that I communicate and the way that I interact with her and other people in the community, and she needs a lot more credit than what she gets. And yes, she's our blue haired mermaid and I love her to bits, and she already knows that because we speak about that all the time. But guys, seriously, if you want to check out Timey's content, please do me a favour and do that. Run her playlist for me and get her some more watch time.
I love you, sweetie.
She does a lot more than what you think, trust me. And that's not just on YouTube. She does a lot off YouTube that you guys don't see.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have something coming up. I have a super surprise project. Super secret surprise project, excuse me.
Ooh.
And there is a contest that will be involved in it. So when it is released, please do attend the premiere of it. There'll be a premiere on Twitch, and then there'll be a premiere here. It doesn't matter which premiere you attend. Each one has the same. It's going to be, the contest is going to be put together. It's not going to be a separate contest for each. But this is it's a labor of love, and I can't wait to share it with you. And thank you so much for the kind words, Gemma. I love you so much. You are such...
I love you too, Timey. Like, I'm blessed to be here. Like, you've given me an opportunity of a lifetime to be here. And like I said, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Like, you have an amazing platform to yourself. And that's credit to you because you work hard. I see the amount of hours you put in. I've seen the effort you put in. And
thank you,
same
love.
with Shani and Banana, John, and same with Michael and all the rest of the guys. You guys work your asses off.
And so do you.
That.
So do you.
Yeah, but
You just do it
guys
smarter than we
take-
do by getting all that content put together in advance. That's all.
Yeah, it's about helping you and like self-discovering you. Like your stories impacted me so much. Like when you talked to me about on Hangouts, we have our private calls. I'm like, damn, like you've gone through so much, and yet you are so open and considerate and compassionate about stuff. I'm like, whoa, how do you do that? Like I a bit struggle with that, but at the same time I'm like, well, if Timey's going to be so open, then why am I hiding stuff? Why in the past have I gone, nope, not saying that, I'm not going to show that, whereas now I'm like, you know what, whatever, like I'm not scared. If people want to see me stressed or people want to see me where I'm anxious, so be it. I will show them, because that's what the world needs to see. They don't want to see always that Gemma is happy and rainbows and roses, and
Nobody is all rainbows, roses, and happy unicorns. We all have happy unicorns available to us, but we're not always that. You know what I mean? Oh, I just realized I forgot to put my crown on. What's wrong with me? I need my crown on.
Yeah, I know. You need your crown, Tommy.
I do. I forget it. I actually have to let the dog out. You hold on 1 second?
Yeah.
Could you hold the fort down for me and entertain the masses for 2 seconds?
Yes, I will.
2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I'll be right back.
Woohoo!
It might be more than 2 seconds because I'm having a little tough time with my legs right now.
Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this interview with me and Timey. I do adore Timey to bits, and you guys, she does a lot of this for people in the community. She spends a lot of time planning it and asking the questions, and she's so very, very, very thoughtful, guys. And to be on here,
you're not supposed to just be talking about me, right?
Yes. Yes, Timey, you know I love you. My blue head mermaid. And yeah, guys, if you have any questions for Timey or me, let me know, because we can try and answer them. But I'm enjoying this. It's fun for me just to sit here and be freedom and not have to hold anything back. Like I pretty much will answer anything to do with autism. Basically, I have a lot of things I can talk about. So you guys just feel free to put them in the chat what you want to ask me. Like I know there's a few questions people have asked me before on my channel that you might want to ask Timey or ask me. So feel free to drop them in the chat and I can get Timey to read them to me. But I'm having a blast, guys, and it's a blast if you've been here. I really appreciate all of you who have stuck around with us. So yeah, I'm just very, very lucky to be here. And you get the wonderful view of Timey's lovely pool, which is amazing.
I'm almost back. The dog wants back in.
Hello.
The other one's out now.
It's cool, my little blue man. You're fine.
No? Okay. I'm coming back. I've made it back, and I've got my crown.
Yay! There's the crown. Woohoo!
I've got my crown. I love my crown.
That's pretty.
Thank you. Another gift from Poseidon. You know, he wants me to remember my roots, that these legs that I have, you know, they don't mean that I'm no longer a mermaid. Give me 1 second. Let me just check the checks. I know you couldn't see it, so let's take a quick peek and see what they say here. They're looking at font changes, and then okay. The question is this. The only question I saw that was there that we have not answered at this point is this. And
Okay.
I think after this question, we'll close it out. But the question is this, Gemma. How do you handle what tips would you give for somebody who is in a panic attack, having a panic disorder, or anything like that, any sort of anxiety attack? What tips would you give them that you use to help handle them?
Okay, that's a good question. I guess for me, one of the things I find benefits me is my music. Music is a godsend to me. I often have a playlist on my iPad that I love of my favourite songs throughout the years I've downloaded. So if I know I'm going to get into an anxious state, I grab my headphones, which are right here on my bedside cabinet where I keep them all the time. So I often have them, and if I start feeling shaky or a bit clammy, I'm like, okay, I think I'm having anxiety. I'll go and plug in my headphones, put my music on, I lay down, and within an hour, I can say from being in a panic state previously to that hour, I'm so much more calmer. So meditation as well. I meditate regularly because I find it really calms my nerves, and the rush of the anxiety is less than what it used to be. So you need to find yourself a good meditation channel. I find that I use a guy called Jason Stevenson. He is a master's qualified hypnotherapist, and
Roxy,
he
stop.
also does
Come on.
meditation teachings as well. And his voice is so relaxing. He literally does like 3-4 hour live streams where he'll teach you about deep breathing and things like that. So I listen to a lot of them that I download. So meditation is a key thing for me as well.
Get over here now, Roxy. Really not happy about this right now. Go, get inside. Go. Hurry up. Go. Go. God, I was like, sorry.
It's okay.
I had to go and herd rabbits. I'm sorry, dogs or whatever they are. Sheep, I don't know.
Okay. I was just answering your question that you asked me. I was just saying that.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you, honey. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that the second thing that I use is meditation. So
Yes.
I follow a Australian masters qualified.
I heard him. I heard that.
And, yeah, he's absolutely amazing. Like, he actually writes to me personal messages on YouTube, and I've communicated with him now for
Nice.
about a year and a bit. I actually found him through a ASMR community member that I watch, and he reached out to me and was like, oh, I hear you have autism. I'm like, yeah. I said, I have really bad severe anxiety disorder as well. And he was like, oh, I just did an anxiety meditation. You might want to check it out. I was like,
Ooh.
okay. So he linked it to me in the chat, and I was like, okay, thanks. I'll check it out, you know. So I left it a few days. I went back into the live stream where he linked the chat link for me. I was like, okay, so I clicked it. I went onto his channel, checked him out, see who he was, and I was amazed. Like, this guy has over 1 million subscribers, is well popular. I was like, whoa, where have I been? Like, have I not come across this way before now? And every day I'll watch one of his streams or a upload, and I'm so calm. I think it's because of things like that, and my music, and me doing my writing as well. My writing gives me a way of stopping the what I call self-destruction. And instead of going and self-destructing myself, I'm like, Gemma, where's your music? Where's your writing? Where's the meditation? And
It's an
all
outlet
them
for your
three things-
expression.
yeah, all them three things saved me a lot, and I think that saved my anxiety. Like, I haven't had a meltdown in, I'd probably say, about 8 weeks now.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
You're working hard at it, though.
Yeah.
You
and
made a
that's
point
because
to make your health your priority.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, it's about having chronic health. It's about ways to take charge of it and look after it. And I think if you have things like meditation or creative writing or music or any of them form of self-coping strategies, they will help you, but I know not all of that will help somebody. So again, it could be like one of my friends who has autism. He does amateur dramatics classes, and when he has anxiety, he goes to one of his drama classes, and
Nice.
he lets out his anxiety in acting. So it suits him perfectly because he's able to vent it and
Right.
act it so well that he does plays, and he's actually been in some West End things and things
Nice.
like that. And a lot of people say, but oh, so people with autism are actors? No, but yes, they are, because some of them can get away with doing things like that. They let out their anxiety in the form of a play or a TV show
Probably.
or a comic book, because they're able to disguise it and make a character out of it. So it's
Gotcha.
another clever way of self-expression. So
Yeah. I love it.
yeah,
And
there's a lot.
I did, by the way, for anybody that wasn't sure, I think anyone who's a regular here knows, up in the links, up there where the eye is, you're going to find a couple of links to a couple of different things on Gemma's channel. One is a review. And basically what it is she talks not only about the item, but she talks about how she feels about this particular type of item, and whether she would use it in her life or not use it. And then additionally, there is one of her poems, which I always love. And that was, you put that out yesterday, I think, right? Or today? The poem came out today, right? That's today's poem. And then, of course, there's a link to her channel there. Gemma, I want to thank you so much for coming today. You were an amazing guest, and you are you're an inspiration. You truly are.
Thank you for having me, Timey.
Thank you. It's an honor. You find a way to rise above whatever limitations or perceived limitations there may be, and you're out there following your dreams. You're finding what your dreams are and following them. You're doing it, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I want to say to everybody, regardless of what disability or label you have, is don't let it confine you. Find a way of doing something, because if you let it control you and define you, you are going to be miserable. I've learned that there's always a way of having a good thing to do about it, whether it's awareness raising that I do, or talking about it like Timey does on her channel, and being inspirational about doing it through gaming or anything like that. There's always a positive way of doing it, so you're not alone, and don't never think that you can't cope with it, because there's other people just like you who are out there with it.
Yeah. And it's not always easy. I would say it's not easy, period. It's easy to say it's not always easy, but I have to be honest. I'm as usual, And, it's not easy. It's not. There shouldn't even be an always. It's not always easy. It's not easy, period.
No.
But
yeah.
The hardest part is, the hardest part for me, I would say, was that moment when I thought I was worth less. That was the hardest part for me. And then I realized that I'm not. I knew I wasn't. I had already been through all of that. And I knew that I had to find a way, that something that reminded me of my value. Because I knew my value, but I had to be reminded of it. So I had to find something that gave that back to me. And once I was able to do that, that at least helped. It didn't make my pain go away. I was still bedbound back then, but it made it more tolerable. And that's what you need to do. You need to find something that brings joy into your life. And Gemma, you bring joy into my life. So thank you for being a part of it.
I'm part of what you say is the wild ones. Like, we're all wild ones. Like, we all have a story, and that's the thing. Like, we're all different.
Have an amazing day, Susan.
You just have to find yourself and find where your place is. And I found my place. Now I know that I have Timey to help me. I have everybody. I have people that make me who I am. So I'm thankful to you guys. I wouldn't be here without you. So for me, it's a blessing that I have you guys supporting me, and I really appreciate everyone who is part of my journey and who continues to be part of my journey, because we're all learning together. We're all here together. It's not just me. There's
Right.
Timey, there's Susan, there's John, there's Michael, there's all of you. You're all on our journey.
No, it's true. You know, I think that we make our communities, I've said it over and over again, we make our communities how we like to make them. If you want a community that's filled with drama and BS, you can make it that way. But if you don't, you can make it filled with people that are compassionate, kind, and caring. This is not, like, a lot of people like to say, in real life. Well, guess what? This is real life. It's just different. It's digitally, but it's still life. So don't, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking when you get online, you're going to suddenly find a different environment. It's not any different than the real world, because it is the same people. The only difference you have to remember is, you know, how I know in the lessons I've learned in real life, just carry them over. They're the same lessons. So don't forget those lessons that you learned. You know, I in my real life, I cut out the people that were toxic. I did the same thing here once I realized, once it clicked, this is still real life, you know.
Yeah. It's all an amazing journey. Like, I'm so proud of you, Timey. Like, you are such a brilliant, amazing, inspirational person. I know that you have your own story, and what we've talked about before privately on Hangouts and stuff. And guys, if you don't know this woman, I don't know where the hell you've been, because she has such a story to tell by herself. And I could talk to Timey for hours about what she goes through, and there's hours of phone calls. I can sit and talk to her and be like, so Timey, what have you been doing? What's happening with you? And we'll chat. I can chat back and forth with her. So guys, if you haven't subscribed and rung the bell, please do that for me, and please play her playlist. And
honey,
just really get to know her, because she's an amazing, inspirational person, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. So I
do know we're not here to talk about me, though, right?
Yes, but I can self-promote you because it's your channel.
I know, but it's my child, so they're coming here to meet Gemma. They should know me. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Are you ready? Would you like to join us on our raid, my darling?
Yes, of course, Timey. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
So what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to start our closeout, and what I will do is after the closing scene thingy that I do, I'm going to throw up I'll put the link in the chat. Who knows what we say once we get there? Oh, and we have to change the way we do it. No more hashtags. We're taking the hashtag away, and before and after what we say, we're going to put hearts. So you place a heart, and then you put the words Timey's Splash Party, all in capital letters with spaces, and then you put another heart. And then you copy that and you place that over in the chat where we're going, if you don't mind. Erica, what did you just drop? Did you just drop where we're going? You nutter, you're supposed to wait till I count to 10. But did you guys follow what I was trying to say? Because I'm not sure I said it clearly. To be quite honest, my mouth doesn't want to work right now. Here, I'll show you. Ready? Aww. Thank you, Dezombified. Thank you very much. I love my crown, too. It is MerMazing. Okay, we put the heart. Wait, where's the heart? Let me find the heart real quick. This way you guys can just copy and paste it. I do it fast, I promise. Come on, work for me. Where'd the hearts be at? I need a heart, people. How hard is it for me to... You know what? Duh. I know how to put a heart in there. There we go. What room again? What'd I do? What you talking about, Willis? Okay. This is what we're going to copy and paste over once we get there. I do like that, but we usually do this one. Play nice. Go. There we go. That should work. Okay. Copy and paste that over into the other chat. You're still here, right, Gemma? I didn't lose you, honey?
Yep.
Okay.
No, I'm still here.
All right.
I'm just,
We're going to quickly run.
Chat.
I will quickly run through. Oh, you see the chat now? Goody. I'll quickly run through the little thingy. Come on, close. Go back to the chat. Okay. All right. I'll get there. All right. Gemma and I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through just an end scene, and then I'll do a countdown from 10, and we will all jump on over to that Crohn's chick for a wonderful MerMazing Timey Splash raid. Gemma, thank you very, very much. This has been an absolutely MerMazing chat.
Always. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
My absolute pleasure to have you. It's an honor to have you. We're going to go back and forth like this, though. You guys know that, right? All right, I have to
Thank
mute
you,
us.
everybody, for being here. I appreciate it, and have a great day, everybody.
Yo, what up? It's Timey Lives. Not really, but spitting some hot mermaid fire. Yeah. Wild ones unite.
Wild ones unite. Wild ones unite.
Welcome to the pool. Yeah, the name is Timey Lives. I got my wild ones united with the spoonies, keep it real. I don't let the fibro or the cancer ever keep me down. If you're going through the same thing, I'm here to help you out. I just want to let you know that you are not alone. If you ever need a friend, I will make you feel at home. Got a vision that I see, and it's really what we need. I'm spreading positivity inside of the community. Yeah, tension rock creators, we got something good to build. If you want to spread the word,
You just gotta have the will.
get involved, get in touch.
Baby, spread the word.
Gonna need all of the help so we can
Make this place a better world.
Wild ones unite, yeah.
Baby, hear the roar.
Listen to the good vibrations coming knocking at your door. Timey Lives, it's timeless. It's a mermaid thing. Have a great day and make it amazing.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. Thank you very much to my moderators, and thank you to my patron, Rebecca Godoy. I will see you guys over there. I'm going to do a countdown in 2 seconds. I just did a countdown and you guys didn't hear it. So, please, raid, ladies and gentlemen. Raid with joy and make a splash. I will see you there. Rock on, my wild ones unite. Always be there for each other and do not ever forget. If I can follow my dreams, surely you can too. Get out there and make them as amazing as you are. 'Cause I got faith in you and I know that you do too. Bye for now.